What is going on, everybody? This is your man, Big B, Brian Hanley, and welcome to the Steelers Almighty. It's a pregame show. Washington Commanders host the Pittsburgh Steelers today. Should be an outstanding football game. I'm really looking forward to this one. Steelers have some advantages. Commanders have some advantages. I know the Commanders are without Brian Robinson Jr. And Lattimore. Steelers are still without guys as well. It's going to be a good football game. I'm really, really looking forward to this one, man. So let's break everything down and what we need to be watching for, all that good stuff. So appreciate everybody being in here as always, man. Again, Steelers Almighty, fastest growing Steelers channel on YouTube right now. That's because of you guys. We just went over the 4,100 subscriber mark. This thing is just kicking ass. Let's just put it that way. We are kicking ass, and it's all because of you guys, man. So we appreciate the support that you guys have given us. So let's dig into this matchup a little bit. First things first, the Commanders' offense is really good. Jayden Daniels, I know he's a rookie. He's played good football, man. He has played good football. He can run. He can throw. He's got some weapons. Their offensive line has played outstanding football. I don't think anybody thought, even Commanders fans will tell you, they didn't think their offensive line was going to be this good this early. But they have been. They have been good. So they've been able to run it. They've been able to protect. This is going to be a test for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the one thing that I will say, the Steelers coming off a bye. Mike Tomlin, really good coming off a bye. Mike Tomlin, also really good against rookie quarterbacks. So those things matter. Now, Jayden Daniels, you might say, well, he's a different guy. I agree. He is. But having said all of that, still is what it is. Mike Tomlin is good after a bye and against rookie quarterbacks. So the things that I'm looking forward to is how the Steelers are going to be able to run the football. Look, Washington isn't great against the run. The Steelers are pretty good running the football. They have an offense that looks totally different with Russell Wilson. And I know what a lot of people were saying, well, Justin Fields kind of got those numbers up running the football. That's not true. The last couple of games, Najee Harris, Jaylen Warren, they've been running the football at a pretty good clip. And I don't know that that's going to change a whole lot. I think Russell Wilson opens things up down the field, so you can't just have two high safeties, trying to stop that. And if you do, the Steelers have been able to punish you by running the football. So a lot of that they're going to try to do today. Play action has been a big thing for the Pittsburgh Steelers over the last couple of weeks. It's going to continue to be a big thing today. Look, Bobby Wagner for the Commanders is playing really good football. It doesn't seem like that guy gets old at all. Older guy, middle linebacker, playing outstanding football. The Steelers are going to have to know where he is on every snap and account for him and get physical. Get physical. When you're running at him, running away from him, it's just some of those things that we're going to have to do. So I appreciate what the Steelers, what their game plan is going to look like. But those are some of the key matchups, man, is the Steelers, can they run the football against a Washington team that has allowed people to run the football? Can the Steelers stop the Washington passing attack? Can they stop their running attack? So it's going to be a good matchup. It's really going to be a good matchup. The Commanders do a lot of chipping and on defensive ends to help their ends. Are they going to do that? And if they do, I think the Steelers got to try to take advantage up the middle. Cam Hayward got to have a big game. Got to have a big game. This is a game where we need Cam to say, you know what? You want to single block me? Okay, fine. I'm going to be in the lap of your quarterback all game long. We're going to need our inside pass rush in this football game because that's one way when you got a quarterback that can scramble, getting pressure up the middle, they don't like that. And when you try to run wide, our guys are pretty disciplined out there. So going to be interesting to see. Who do we got joining us today? My man, Tim Hopper from Australia. 3:15 a.m. here in Australia. Had a little sleep from a teething baby, I understand. So hopefully the Steelers make the lack of sleep worth it. Love your work, my man. Go Steelers. Absolutely, Tim. We appreciate you supporting the channel all the way from Australia, man. We love you. Should be a good game today from the Steelers. Should be a good game today. I like what we got. I like what we got. I think the Steelers got to come out and they have got to do some stuff that they haven't done all year. Now, part of that is they're getting guys healthy. Now, Herbig, he's not coming back. Didn't make it back for this game. And let me just check real quick the inactives. So I know that the Steelers, as far as Nick Herbig, excuse me, he's not going to play, but they announced that. So for the Commanders, the inactives, Brian Robinson Jr. is not going to play. Marshawn Lattimore is not going to play. So that's the inactive list for them. But the Steelers inactives, Nick Herbig, Scotty Miller. Okay, we got guys back. So let's see. Yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. The Steelers got some guys back. So we'll find out. We'll find out what's what. So I feel good about the football game. I felt good all week about it. I think the Steelers are a different team here, and I mentioned this in the podcast. How often are a team that is 6-2 gets this type of influx of talent into your lineup? Like, we're getting back a starting center. We're getting back a corner. We're getting back another nickel corner who technically he would have been the starter had he not been suspended. It's like, how do you get this type of influx of talent? Like Cordell Patterson will be back on a 6-2 football team. Most of the time, teams that get that, it's mostly teams that are 3-5, 2-6, at best 4-4, that just aren't playing that well because these guys have been out. Well, the Steelers were able to win those football games. So I'm super excited for what the Steelers have coming into this football game. Does it mean that we're definitely going to win? No, but I'm feeling confident. So I am definitely feeling confident. Having said all that, man, after the game, remember, everybody, we're going to be right back here 15 minutes after the game doing exactly what we're doing right now, talking about what we did or did not like about this football game, man. So remember, once the game is over, jump back in, go grab you something to eat, grab you something to drink, come back in, and we are going to be talking about this right here on this channel, Steelers Almighty, 15 minutes after the game. So do not forget that. So my man Alex says, we need to win by 7+. Lead need to be put on notice. Hey, Alex, here's my thing, my man. I don't necessarily disagree with you, but if the Steelers won every single game by 1 point, would you care? Would you care if the league was on notice? Because personally, I don't. Style points don't count in the NFL. If the Steelers can win every game that they play by 1 point and they got to kick a field goal at the last second to do it, I'll take it. So I get where you're coming from, though. I do get where you're coming from. But whether the league's on notice or not, I think the league's on notice because we're the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I'm saying? I think that's where the league is on notice because we're the Steelers and they're not. Period. End of story. So, period. End of story. Let's see. What else we got? What else are you all talking about? I'm feeling good about the game, man. I am feeling good. Whether that's confident or not, I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. But I feel good about it. I think the Steelers got a good matchup here. There's some things that the Steelers can exploit. I think on defense, we're going to start seeing more exotic stuff against teams that we need to beat. We can't just be vanilla and beat really good football teams. And make no mistake about it, up to this point, the Washington Commanders are a really good football team. They're a good football team. So the Steelers have to do some things to try to disguise some stuff, do some things on the defensive side of the ball to confuse a young quarterback, things he hasn't seen, but also put pressure on him. Put some pressure on him. I'd like to see how they respond to that. Now, is this a must-win game for the Pittsburgh Steelers? No, it's not a must-win game. But first of all, I don't want to lose. That would be number one. Just because it's not a must-win game doesn't mean, we played okay and we lost. No. Or we played great and we lost. No. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to be as disappointed if we play great and lose. But how often do you play great and lose? Maybe one side of the football plays great, but your team isn't just going to play great, but you lost the game. Yeah, that doesn't happen. So, should the Steelers win? I don't know if they should win, but I think we can win, and I think we will win. As you know, I got my prediction. I think the Steelers win 27-26. I think it's going to be a fight right down to the finish. So it will be a tough win. But I think it is a game that the Pittsburgh Steelers do come out on top. They're getting guys back. Are they fully healthy? No. But the offense seems to be clicking. A bye week to let everybody get healthy to go attack it. This is the first game in a tough stretch of 9 straight games. And it's time for us to get after it. You know what I'm saying? It's just time for us to get after it. So let's see. Yeah, we got to get after to Daniels all day long. Yeah. We got to stop the run, number one. Just stop the Commanders from running the football. If we can make them one-dimensional, then the Steelers got a even better chance to win this football game. But there's been so many times over the years that we've seen, oh, well, the running back is out, he's doing this, and then we let a backup, run for 100 yards. Can't have that in this game. Cannot have that this game. They need to shut down the running of the Commanders. If they do that, obviously their chances to win go way, way up. My man, Mean Green. My man, I'm ready to see hard-nosed, smash-mouth Pittsburgh football all day. Let's go. Let's get them today. I love that sentiment. I want to see Pittsburgh come out and play a physical style of football. That's what I want to see. I want to see us get after them. Just play a physical style of football, man. And I think that's what it's going to take to win. Don't get me wrong. We're going to have to throw the ball downfield to be able to compete and win the football game. So I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, as far as what the Pittsburgh Steelers need to do, got to play physical football. Got to play physical football. And Alex, you beat me to it. I was literally just going to bring this up. Red zone TDs is a must this game. Do we see the Justin Fields package? We probably don't see the Justin Fields package. I'm not going to hate it if we do. We probably don't. But I'd like to see us be a little bit more diverse when it comes to the red zone. And Mike Williams is going to help that. Believe it or not, Mike Williams just having another big body on the other side that we can throw a fade route to if we need to, or a slant inside, that's going to help. So we've got other areas in the red zone that we need to be. The Steelers have been bad in the red zone, man. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We've been bad. But there's an opportunity to be better, and now we need to take advantage of it. I think we know what our limitations are, or where our issues are in the red zone. And the Steelers just got to say, okay, it's time to do something different. So, time to do something different. I'm in with it. But I am looking forward to the football game. I would be surprised, though, if this is a game where Steeler Nation takes over the Commander Stadium. You know what I'm saying? Commander fans are pretty passionate people. And, it's not like Atlanta that we took over. It's not going to be like Vegas, which we dominated. It's not going to be like that. So I would be surprised. I mean, we'll have some fans there. Don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be this is going to be a Commander's home field. And that's okay. That's okay. But I want to see the football game. I'm excited for this football game, man. What are you guys looking forward to as far as this football game? We got our man Dylan. We got our first super chat of the day. We appreciate that. Who scores the first TD for the Steelers? I'm going to go with one that nobody's thinking about. I'm going to say Pat Freiermuth. I'm going to say Pat Freiermuth gets the Steelers' first touchdown. They haven't gone to Muth a lot in the red zone. So I think Muth gets the first touchdown of the day. Who do you guys think scores the first touchdown of the day, people? And thank you again, Dylan, for the super chat, man. We appreciate you. Thank you. Cordell Patterson gets the rock. I think he will. He will, but you got to remember, Patterson is the third string guy. Najee and Jaylen Warren are the first and second stream guy. So whatever Patterson gets, I mean, he'll get in there, but remember, he's the third string running back. Got to keep that in mind. So, their tackle is out. Is their tackle out, or is it the backup tackle? Because I think it's the backup tackle that's out. Let me look here. Yeah, Cornelius Lucas is the backup, or technically the backup. I don't know. We'll see. I thought he was the backup. So then we got a guy in here, not worried about anybody on the Steelers roster. Washington dub coming soon. As somebody that doesn't watch enough Steelers football, I get it. He's a Commanders fan. I get it. He's a Commanders fan, so not worried about any. He's not worried about the best defensive player in the world. Like he brings nothing to the table. You see, people. You see. I just throw it out there. You know, he's not worried about him at all. Just single block TJ Watt all game long. You don't need to be worried about him. Don't send a tight end. Don't chip him. Don't do anything. Just single block him the entire football game. He won't cause any havoc. He's not good enough. So, not good enough at all. Is Najee going for another 100 yards this game? I think if he does, I think there's a possibility that he does. I really do. I just think the way that the Steelers have opened up the running game by being able to throw the football, yeah, I think that's the way that the Steelers are moving the football these days. Najee's played good. Najee's had good vision. The last few football games, the offensive line has done a good job. It's going to be even better with Zach Frazier back under center, or as the center, I should say. So it is what it is. TJ Watt's about to be a non-factor. Just like TJ Watt's been a non-factor in every football game. He's just a non-factor. Here's the thing, my man. Even when TJ Watt doesn't do anything, you have to account for him, which means you put at least 2 to 3 resources over there to block him. So while his stats may say TJ Watt didn't do anything, yeah, you had to account for him, because if you don't, he wrecks your football game. Just look at the last football game. So, I mean, the Steelers, TJ Watt wasn't doing much because the Giants were chipping them, double teaming them. And as soon as they didn't, they single blocked them, strip sack, ball game. And that's the way it works. So, both O tackles are out for Washington. If that's the truth, which if it is, that's trouble. But I don't see that. I don't see their inactives. I see Cornelius Lucas being out, but I don't see both their starting tackles being out. But I could be wrong, and won't mind if I'm wrong. So, will not mind if I'm wrong. What else we got? My man Alex King said it would be nice to see this game be a shootout and we win. It's been a long time since we won that type of battle. I disagree with you, Alex. I wholeheartedly disagree with you. I don't want to see a shootout. And the reason being is because that means our defense is playing bad. I don't want to see a shootout. Now, don't get me wrong. If the game becomes that, yes, I want to win. Absolutely, I want to win. But which means that we're capable of doing it when our defense isn't at its best. But I'm not a fan of shootouts. That means our defense isn't playing well. And if your defense can't stop people, it's hard to win, man. It's hard to win. So, my man said you'll be back if you win. We know that. So, it's all good, man. We're all good in here, bro. We have a good time on Steelers Almighty. We have a good time. That's why nobody's saying anything disrespectful to you or anything like that, because that's not what we do. We just have fun, man. We just have fun. So, Hervey, you still have to worry about Hayward. Yeah, you do. Steelers got a lot of stuff going on here, man. Steelers got a lot of stuff going that they're going to bring to the table today. I think the defense is going to look different. So the guy that I want to get going is Keanu Benton up front. I want Keanu Benton to start getting it going up front. If he can start getting it going, I feel good about it. I'll feel good about this run defense. He hadn't played well the last couple of weeks. We need to get him back to playing good football. I know he's out of position, and he is. He's not a nose tackle. There's no doubt about that. Keanu Benton is not a nose tackle. But he can be a disruptor. So I want to see him getting back to playing good football, man. So, what else do we got? My man Joe, what's going on, Joe? Joe Blow says Queen needs to have a good game for once. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. I want to see Patrick Queen. Look, maybe there was rumors that he was a little nicked up. Maybe the bye week helped with that. Okay, it's time to take a step forward, Patrick Queen. It's time to take a step forward. Whatever was going on with you, I understand. It's football, but it's time. It's time. We got to have a good game because we need you down the stretch, man. We need you down the stretch. So, and you're right here, B. Mike. If Benton gets hot, defense is going to cook. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. But he's got to get hot. He's got to get there. He's got to get there. Again, there were little rumors that he was a little nicked up as well. Hopefully the bye week helped with. Look, football is a game of bumps and bruises to where you're not hurt enough to be sitting out of a game, but you're hurt enough to where you can't always be 100% effective. That's always going to happen. And sometimes those bumps and bruises is like, man, if I could just have a week to not do something, I would be okay. That's why the bye week comes into play. Just give me a week to, my elbow hurts or my knee hurts or my ankle or my shoulder or back. Just give me, 10 days to just have 10 days off, without playing a football game, to rest my body, to heal it up a little bit. And that's why the bye week comes into play. So there were little hints there that was what was going on with our man Keanu Benton. Hopefully it was, and now he's healthy, because I don't want to say, well, he's not hurt. Well, that just means he's not playing well. I'm like, let it be hurt and let him be healthy now so he can play better. So would you like to see Austin take advantage of Watt getting triple teamed by blitzing from the opposite side and run stunts to Watt's side? Austin? I'm not sure. Oh, Coach Austin. My bad. Yeah, absolutely. But more than that, you don't even have to run any games. Look, if they're going to double and triple team TJ Watt, other guys got to win one-on-one. It's just what it comes down to. You can run the games and stuff on the backside, but if they're going to double and triple TJ Watt, which, again, having him run stunts and things of that nature, all that can help. Because if they're trying to chip outside, he's dipping inside, all that kind of stuff can help. But it just comes down to, if they're going to send those kind of resources, other guys are getting blocked one-on-one, you got to win. It's just that simple. You got to win. And if the Steelers can do that, if Highsmith can do that, if Hayward can do that, then we're going to be okay. But I think this might be a big game for Cam Hayward. 35, had a week off, needs to play big in this game, need to get pressure up the middle. I look for Cam Hayward to be a man amongst boys out there today, people. Just hear what I'm saying. Look, Cam isn't the guy that can ramp it up every single game at his age, but you give him a week off, who knows what he can do. That's all I'm saying. So look for Cam to have a good game today. Look for him to have a good game, putting a ton of pressure up the middle. So what's going on, my man? I'm confident about this game, surprisingly, more than the Dallas game. I'm sure Russell Wilson has something to do with it. You're probably right. I don't know how confident I am in this game. I think it's a game the Steelers can win, but I really think this one's a toss-up. I think the Commanders are good. Now, if the Steelers just stop everything that they're trying to do, running the football, including the quarterback, then the Steelers' chances go up tremendously. They go up tremendously. But if the Commanders are going to be able to run the football and get 130, 150 yards rushing, I don't know that the Steelers can win. So that's what we need to do. We got to stop the run first. Got to stop the run first. So, my man Ralph says Jayden Daniels is going to have his, hey, rookie, welcome to the NFL with our defense. I hope so. I hope so. Tomlin's good against rookie quarterbacks, man. He's good. The one thing I would say about that, though, is I'm not sure Tomlin has coached against a rookie that maybe is this good. That's what I'll say. I don't know that he's coached against that. Having said all of that, he's still really good against rookie quarterbacks, and he's going to throw some stuff. Him and Terrell Austin are going to throw some stuff that they have not seen at him. So I like that. I like that. So just as a reminder, man, remember 15 minutes after the game, we're going to be right back here talking about exactly what we saw in the game. So make sure once the game's over, go grab you something to eat, go grab you a drink, come right back into Steelers Almighty 15 minutes after the game, people. We're going to be chopping it up on exactly what we saw with this one. So before we get out of here, let's throw in the comments. What are our score predictions? You know mine. I said 27-26. Pittsburgh wins this one on the road. What are your score predictions? Let's throw it in there. Let's throw it in there. Let's see. Ooh, that is a good point, Joe. He didn't own C.J. Stroud. No, he did not. But he is, overall, Tomlin is pretty good against rookie quarterbacks, man. Steelers, 28-17. Says our man, 33 Surges. 24-21 Pittsburgh. 27-20 Steelers. 38-25. Doesn't say who wins. My man Hervey will win 28-25. Boswell with the winner. I say the same thing. I say 27-26. Boz gets us one late. So, Boz gets us one late. 40-21. Woo. 40. Steelers getting 40. I'll take it. Joe Green says 31-17 Steelers. I like the confidence, people. We got to go play football, though. We got to go play football. It can't be, just some BS coming from us. It can't be. So I got my towel. I'm ready. I am ready to go. I'm ready to go, people. I'm hyped for this one. I am hyped for this one. So this is a big game. We got to win. We got to win. I'm not saying it's a must win. I just think the Steelers, hey, tough part of our schedule. We're coming out playing football, man. We are coming out. So look at some troll in here, 49-7 Commanders. Get up out of here, man. We don't need the nonsense. So I'm ready to roll. I'm ready to roll. So I appreciate you all. Thank you guys again, man, for joining, for coming in. Again, after the game, 15 minutes, make sure you come right back in here. We'll be doing the exact same thing. So appreciate you all. Let's go Steelers. Let's go Steelers, people. Here we go.